Yo, what's happening, man? Welcome once again, Kyle Chicago community. We're doing it this time on video, on camera, so you can see exactly the good people from the city that are doing big things. And today we're going to talk about a special project called the Melanin Code. We got Courtney Trotter here today. He's the producer of the project. We have some of the cast members here today. We're going to get into the whole project and just find out exactly what it's all about. All right, so we don't want anybody to miss this. Once again, Courtney Trotter's here. How you doing?
I'm blessed, man.
Blair Christian is here as well. Miss Stephanie Coleman is here as well, and Christopher Scott.
Yes.
All right. Everybody's from Chicago?
Yes.
Chicago's in the building. Chicago's in the building. So Courtney, we'll start with you because you're the person who spearheaded the project, correct?
Well, no, it was actually spearheaded by Marcus and Marie for Small Domino Effect Films.
Okay.
And they came together with myself and Dr. Boyce Watkins.
Nice.
To put together this project, to really speak to people and bring people together, because you have the Caucasian community and they have a code in which they operate under, and you also have the Asian community. Like, you can't just be a black person and go into Chinatown and open up a business.
Right.
It's kind of unheard of. So we thought that it was time that the African American community had our own code.
Okay.
Hence the name, the Melanin Code, a code of operations that we operate under. So this is almost like an instructional video.
So obviously, like we said, the name of the project, the documentary, it's going to be on film, something that you could watch. It's called the Melanin Code. And is it trying to set guidelines as far as how we should interact with each other?
Absolutely.
For financial gain? Is it addressing some of the issues that we're dealing with? What is the main overall, one particular point we're trying to hit? We know we deal with a lot, but what's that one thing we're trying to hit that nail on the head? What is that?
Group economics. Why it hasn't worked, and what we need to do to make it work from all aspects, all industries, entertainment, political, financial. So we've got some great people on this project coming together too.
All right, no doubt. Some of those great people are here on this panel right now. Blair, you're dealing with the entertainment aspect of it?
Yes, the entertainment. I just got to say my piece on like kind of what I felt us as entertainers' role would be as far as like the upward movement or that kind of solid foundation we needed for economic growth.
Right, and what is that?
So, I mean, entertainment now is, it's always been, and it's now more prevalent kind of in the black communities as far as like my role, comedian, or if you're a dancer, if you're an artist, if you're into film, that kind of thing. I think entertainers have a more, I guess I would say more of a lighter approach, and they have an easier access because you can kind of mask or you can give someone information in a more of a slick way.
Kind of like putting the medicine in the candy.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
A lot
medicine
of times
in the candy. So we have that ability to do that. So I think if entertainers, I don't think that entertainers choose not to do it.
Yeah.
I just think that sometimes they're not aware or they don't know.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Especially in your field, like with comedians, I feel like a lot of times comedians do say some very poignant things in their comedy that's supposed to make you think when you go home. When you think of a certain type of comedian like a Dave Chappelle, they're telling jokes, but the things that they're joking about can be so serious.
Yeah. But it still hits home because I can remember watching them being young, and when they would say certain things that would either hit on police brutality or some in most cases kind of like, I guess, financial stability or recklessness, it would hit home. But I had already kind of had a little bit of the foundation elsewhere, so it was hitting from different angles. So then it stuck out to me.
Okay.
So when I heard it from a comedian, then I would hear it that way. I'm like, oh, okay, well, this, you know what I mean? This is something important. This is something that I should be aware of and that I should cultivate within my own circle, within my own community. So I think entertainers do have a role, because sometimes they try to separate it, like, that's just funny, or that's just this, or that, or stay in your lane. Yeah. Just like LeBron having an issue with the woman telling him to shut up and dribble. Nah, bull. Yeah. That's not that. You know what I mean? Because yes, I dribble a ball, but I am still a black man in this shell, so it's something that my voice needs to be heard. And I think if all entertainers take that role, and not just saying you're gonna denounce your talent or do whatever, but just kind of always have that in the back of your mind and always put it in the forefront whenever you have that opportunity.
How about you, Stephanie?
Politics, wow, it's just being a part of this amazing project. It's been simple. Our people need to vote. Young people, as one of the youngest in the Cook County Democratic Party.
I was going to say, like, for the people that don't know and not familiar with your background, tell them what you do just within the city of Chicago before we even get to the Melanin Code.
Sure. I am the 16th Ward Democratic Committeeman. I am proudly from Inglewood community, because it's all good in Inglewood, where I represent over 22,000 registered voters.
Yeah.
And although people are registered, we have to push our people to actually get out and vote. It was at a point where at 27, I was at home and I said, you know what, we need a voice. I was courageous enough, called a little crazy, and I decided to run for public office. And 4 years later, I'm sitting here at the Melanin Code, you know, speaking of being a part of the political process.
Your role and your contribution to this film and just in society seems like at this current stage could be kind of difficult. We're dealing with, you know, the current administration in the White House, and people don't feel like they're represented when it comes to things that are going on in the city, and why is funding going to these communities and not our communities. Is it something that you struggle with every day, or do you know very clearly what it is you're trying to do, and it's just about getting other people to move?
All of the above.
Okay.
The political process, it starts at a local level, and then we go to the legislative level in Springfield. We are up against a huge fight in November in the general election, where our state has gone red, and it's time for us to go back blue on the Democratic side. And then that affects the federal level, and all of the 45th president is doing right now. Now, I count that a blessing in disguise, because it's his whatever it is that we call it, which is forcing our people to wake up. Wake up. We can change the process.
So it could be a positive outcome.
That's my that's my sermon that I'm preaching. Absolutely.
No question. All right, so Christopher, let's talk about you, man. You're dealing with the financial aspect of what we need to be dealing with when it comes to the Melanin Code in our community. And we know that a lot of times, even in my own household growing up, we're not necessarily taught how to manage money. We don't know anything about how to invest money, where we should be going to, you know, to place our finances so that years later we can get a return on it. You know what I mean? And, you know, explain a little bit about your role in the Melanin Code and how we can get a little bit more up to par with that.
My role is the financial piece, credit, where to invest your money, how to invest, because in our community, we're not taught, or some of us is not taught, how to save our money. We live check to check. How to invest our money and to keep our credit intact. So now you have a lot of people that go not to the bank to cash their check. They don't have direct deposit. They get a Russell Simmons card. They go to currency exchange. So even though you get taxes taken out your payroll check or whatever check it is, you get more money taken out going to that currency exchange to cash it, because you don't have a bank account. So that's my role. So
what are some of the things that you do to kind of get people where they need to be when it comes to how they manage their finances? Like, do you have courses? Do you just, you know, sit down and give them tutorial sessions? Like, what do you do?
With me, I got a new book out now called Credit What You Don't Know Can Hurt You. And so mainly when a person calls me and say, Chris, I need help, I'm in dire need, we just have a consultation and just talk back and forth. It's like a tennis match. And I make them comfortable, and I just say, hey, write down all of your debts and your credits that you have coming in, and we bridge them together and say, you don't need that Victoria's Secrets card. You know, you can let that go. You don't need this card. You don't need that card.
Victoria's
Secret. And then also what we're dealing with too, as a major issue with our people, is with everybody filing these Chapter 13s because of the parking tickets, red light tickets, and they're doing it at an alarming rate.
They're filing bankruptcy over parking tickets?
Parking tickets, yes, because you just don't know. It's just Chicago they're gonna add once they give you the ticket. Okay, you got so many days to pay it, but you may not get paid within that time frame.
Right.
So now it doubles. So now you got exactly.
You're always behind.
You're gonna always stay behind. So then you have a lot of people that need their license to drive, truck drivers. You know, single mothers that's trying to get to work back and forth, and that's what's killing them, putting them in a crunch.
So we had a financial piece, we have the political piece, we have the entertainment piece, and it all coming together for this documentary film, The Melanin Code.
Absolutely.
And we're going to address all these individual concepts in one package. Where can people see it? How can people see it? How can they get their hands on it?
Well, it premieres
Thursday.
April 26th.
Okay.
At the Studio Movie Grill.
Nice.
The red carpet is at 6 o'clock. It runs at 6:30. So check it out. You can get tickets right now at www.themelaниncode.com/Chicago.
Okay.
Or you can hit me up directly, Courttree Trotter, on all platforms. Or you can go to www.themelanincode.com, and purchase a DVD.
That's what I was going to say, because not everybody's going to be able to fit into the theater.
Yeah.
We hope everybody comes out and fills up the theater, and then everybody else can maybe order it or check it out online and get it to it that way. Right?
Absolutely.
Are you submitting the documentary into any film festivals or anything like that? Like
of course.
How far are we trying to push this thing?
Of course. We pushing it to the moon.
Yeah. right.
We pushing it to the moon. We're definitely going to do a ton of local film festivals. We actually did a soft premiere in Orlando that sold out.
Nice.
So we're hoping for the same thing here in Chicago. We're hoping to get the word out. We're hoping to bring people in our community together. Because there's just all of these people sitting here are entrepreneurs, and they're all on a certain wavelength. You're all on a certain wavelength. Mm-hmm. We need to bring more people along on that wavelength. So
absolutely. I think it's more people who are. You think it's kind of more you would hear more of the discouraging kind of commentating. You would hear more that people don't want and what they're not doing. Yeah. But it's actually, me having conversations on a day-to-day is more people who actually want and desire certain things. So I think this film is going to do that. Mm-hmm. So
it's funny. I think all of these different factors are lending to an environment where people are finally like, you know what, man, we can't do this no more.
Right.
You know what I mean? We got to get this thing together. Yes. We got to, kind of pull up our bootstraps and just get this thing moving. And hopefully this is the kind of film that's going to encourage that kind of thinking.
Absolutely.
And continue to help and motivate people to move forward.
Absolutely.
So, once again, man, it's Chicago right here, making it happen. You know what I mean? I want to thank all of y'all for being here.
Thank you.
Last words for each of you very quickly, and we'll start with you, Chris, and we'll move our way this way.
Okay, cool. Anybody that's coming out to the premiere, everybody's getting a free autograph book. So just to follow up with the documentary on the financial aspect of what I do, Opulent Credit, Chris Scott.
All right.
That's the credit doctor. That's what they call it.
Right, no question. All right, let's get to it, Stephanie.
So excited about tomorrow. Anyone who's also coming to see Opulent Credit and Melanin Code, you can get registered to vote. I am a walking deputy registrar for our people. Doesn't matter where you live, we can register you to vote.
Blair?
You'll get me. I'll be there to give everybody an amazing energy. I think everybody should come out. This is something that can be a kickstart to something amazing. Now, in addition to us, it will be more cast members. The amazing, incomparable Dr. Boyce Watkins will be there, and that in itself should make you come out. Catch me May 5th. And at a stage near you in Chicago, here at Washington Culture Center.
All right, and Courtry.
Again, if you can't make it out to the premiere, you can stream it live, www.themelanincode.com. You can purchase a DVD, use any one of their names for a discount, and we're just going to keep pushing, man. The Melanin Code.
Congratulations, and good luck with everything moving forward to all of y'all. You're doing good things. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having us.
Once again, man, Kyle Santillian for Kyle Chicago Community. All Chicagoans in here right now pushing to make this place a better place, man. And if you want to get on Kyle Chicago Community, shoot me an email. You can reach it at Radio King Kyle on Instagram, Radio King Kyle on Instagram, and we can do this thing again next time with you. All right, we out.